We have made it to Fontana Dam. We're so excited, with an unbelievable amount of help from our friend Flash, who had more fruit and trail magic than we've seen. What a gift it was to us. And so now we are walking the dam, heading into the Smokies. There is a tower on the top of that mountain. Don't even know if you can see it. That is where we are headed today. So getting out while the weather's nice, because we think it might be gross in a few days. Looks like wind, rain in the Smokies. Here we go. We've been walking in the Smokies for one whole horseshoe since the dam there. There's Matthew. These are my observations thus far. Why am I this far into the national park and haven't seen a bear yet? I have picked up a squeak in my pack that is extremely annoying, and I have brand new hiking poles that aren't held together by duct tape. So it's a new day. We are doing road walking, which some argue is even worse. But we are in the Smokies, the sun is shining, and I want to see a bear. We are at the trailhead here where we leave the road. Our goal tonight is backcountry campsite number 113. It's 3:05, which for some people might be enough time. We are slow uphill climbers, and it is like 3 miles straight uphill. So we'll see. We have to get there because there's nowhere else to sleep. So it's not an option. We'll see what time it is when we get there. But here we are. We're gonna put our permits in. All right, Charlotte.
Jam it down in there.
All right, Amelia.
Get it to pop down. There you go.
Here we go. Welcome to the Smokies.
Woo. So there is a ton of flowers on the grass everywhere. You can just look everywhere. And there's so many flowers. Some have pink lines in them, and some have white lines in them.
What did you say it looks like?
It looks like snow's on the ground everywhere.
And oh, I'm trying to find them. There. There's the one with pink inside. We are on top of Doe Knob, and we're walking through this field of these wildflowers, and they are so beautiful. Makes us feel like spring might be coming, huh, Charlotte? Yep. We're hoping that some of that sun that's right there comes to greet us pretty soon. Oh, it's so windy.
We are in the Great Smoky Mountains and it's a great sunny day. We're in some shade of some great pine trees and I think that it smells like Christmas here. It's really fun because we're finally walking among some different trees. We like the Smokies and I've already seen a baby bear.
And
2 foxes and a bald eagle. Oh, that was outside the Smokies, but it still counts. Bye. We're at Clingman's Dome, the highest elevation on the AT, and we are at 200 miles.
you proud of yourself?
Yeah.
All right, now we're gonna walk up there so we can see it from there. Sound good?
Yeah.
Wow. And some ice.
I'm gonna go back down.
Okay, sweetie.
This way?
This way.
This doesn't make a lot of sense.
Trust the sign. Welcome again to the Smoky Mountains. We had a tough first few days. Matthew and I were feeling pretty discouraged. The girls had a pretty positive attitude, but we were going up and down rock scrambles with wind so hard it blew your hiking poles when you tried to move them. But yesterday, all of a sudden, it changed to this almost magical evergreen forest. The ecosystem changed completely. And for those of you who hiking on pine needles is a million times better than hiking on rocks and going down rock scrambles. So our spirits are much better. The girls did 13 miles yesterday. We saw Clingman's Dome. We hit the 200-mile mark. And we're loving walking in this enchanted forest.
In front of everyone, and it probably made everybody very uncomfortable, except Jesus. In fact,
as usual, we are frantically packing up our hotel room. We never seem to be ready very fast in Gatlinburg. So grateful for this room, so grateful for Sean, our trail angel, Flash, and trash everywhere from our resupply and our meals while we were here. But I saw this and I wanted to show you. Didn't notice it until now. We had a little army man protecting our room last night. So grateful for the room, grateful for the beautiful view of the creek, grateful for Sean and also for our protection. And now it's time to go.
How do people know?
How big like we're at year 2 and our main stand is this big around. So it produces
Because it's
more
on
sheets,
its
which
dwarf
gives you
planet.
more
I don't
production.
know. One's gone.
So each year we get more production. Last year was pretty good, but this year we'll contract with probably 700 people now.
You hand pick them?
Yes.
And when are they red?
Usually mid-July.
Okay.
This will go next, and then all this other life stuff. Here you go. Your choice has been cherry sour candy. I've heard of them. Oh, that's easy. I'm jealous.
We are on our climb up from Newfound Gap, and it is a 3-mile uphill climb, 1,200 feet in 3 miles. So we're only 1.3 from the ice water springs shelter, and we decided to stop for my favorite treat, some Sour Patch Kids, and we opened the bag and we have to show you what we got. If this is not the jackpot of all Sour Patch Kid bags. I don't know what it is. It is almost all blue and red. So the girls and I are fighting over who gets to have them. So lucky us, my favorite trail snack and my favorite colors. We've had our first sighting of deer this morning. They're much closer to the campsite, but we didn't want to spook them, and I didn't have my phone, so they actually came probably within about 6 feet of Amelia, checking her out as we're packing up here this morning, and they're just very curious about the campsite and what's going on around here. So we are finishing our packing. It always takes so much longer than we want it to, but we have one tent packed up, about to pack up the second, but it's fun to be able to watch the deer in the woods as we are packing up. We're here at Icewater Springs Shelter for our second half of our Smoky Mountain trip. We've seen many different ecosystems in the Smokies, and this one reminds me of like a Tolkien trees that come alive, that reach out across the path. A lot of them stand up from the ground with their roots, and they're all nestled on these rocks, which means a lot of them fall because their roots can't be deep enough. But it is very cool to look at these trees and these root systems as we go. So it's been incredible how many different tree ecosystems and forests we've seen here in the Smokies. This is what I was talking about. These trees that have these roots that are external from the ground. Hi, Matthew.
Hi.
That look like the trees from Lord of the Rings. It looks like they are about to come to life to carry Frodo and Samwise Gamgee and to fight the good fight. My older brother and my dad will be mad at me for not remembering the name of the trees, but I'll put it on the screen here once I have some service. But it's cool to see these. Some of them you can sit on, but they really do look like legs. Sometimes a slow-moving spring is all you can get. Mini waterfall. This is more of that enchanted forest here in the Smokies. I'm standing next to trees. They look like birch trees, but they're red.
Mommy, you should go down there and show the waterfall.
There's a waterfall. I just don't want to fall with the waterfall. So this is an island, Amelia's beloved islands. This is a stream we could collect water, but the shelter last night had such easy access to water that we were able to get enough water. Oh, look at that. I don't think you can really see it. That's okay. So we are on our second to last day in the Smokies. Very much looking forward to not being in the Smokies anymore, being done with this section of the trail. We had three options: 7.7 miles to the next shelter, 10.6 to a fire tower that's considered to be one of the best side trails on the Appalachian Trail, or like 19 to get out of the park. It's gonna rain, so 19 just isn't safe for us, but we're gonna shoot for that fire tower tonight and sleep there. We think it'll be a cool experience. Unfortunately, with the weather, the view might not be great, but it'll be a cool camping experience for all of us tonight. So that's where we're headed tonight. I am telling you right now, this path, walking on pine needles with some small rocks, is the best kind of hiking. If we could hike on this for 2,200 miles, we'd be done in a week. It is so fast, it's so easy, it's so soft, it's just perfect for your feet. This is the best kind of hiking. In a crazy turn of events, on a very windy, rainy day, we wound up out at the Mount Cameron lookout tower, and we are actually going to camp here tonight. It is not safe for us to continue with the girls down the wet rocks, and it was pouring rain when we got here. The rain has stopped, and now we are just trying to figure out exactly what we're going to do in this fire tower that's missing a lot of windows. But we think that it was safer than trying to take them down the mountain. But it's been incredible. When we got here, there was zero view, 100% in the clouds, and now we have this great view.
Yeah.
These are the rocks we had to climb up in the rain to get over to this staircase over here. And that's the little note about this lookout tower. It'll be an interesting climb back out tomorrow, but certainly safer than continuing in that rain and wind. This is the Mount Cameron lookout tower, the fire tower, but it's called a lookout tower because it's not built above ground. It's built into and on the ground. So this is how we've done our setup. The girls are eating their dinner. What are you having?
Chili, and I'm having chicken and rice.
Chicken and rice and chili. We made some Propel. Matthew's over here. And what we have done is hang up every single thing that we were wearing in the rain today. It probably won't dry perfectly, but it's better than sitting in the corners. There are many windows that are blown out, like this one. We tried to put a little bit of Tyvek in. We MacGyvered a window, and by we I mean Matthew MacGyvered a window over here with some wood and some nails to try to make it work. But we are missing still a few windows like this one, but there's nothing else really that we can do. There are also a lot of very fun things in here, like a pile of nails by the door, or over here a giant collection of construction materials that have been left here. So it's an interesting night. I think it's a cool memory to have stayed at the lookout tower. We are officially done with the Smokies, and we're so excited. We've been taking the long descent down out of the mountains, and we are just crossing this sweet little stream with a little waterfall. We entered the Smokies hot and sweaty with a very muggy, hot, sunny day, and we are leaving the same way. So the girls are getting some water to put on their faces because it is a hot, hot day